What's up, guys? It's your boy G-Man.
It's your boy Noah, and we are the
Hero
Superhero Brothas.
Brothas. What's up, guys? On today's episode, we're going to be recapping She-Hulk episode 2, as well as addressing everything that is going on in the DC universe, which is just crazy right now. So we're actually going to take a quick back step first. No, I know we weren't able to make episode 1. What were your thoughts on episode 1 before we dive into episode 2?
Yeah, I mean, I could speak more because I think you covered the first episode really well when you had made the podcast episode. So I think for me, just overall, She-Hulk, I think it's going to be a show that's going to grow to be pretty good. I thought that they definitely are airing a lot on the comedic side, right? Like the whole idea of it being a law show, like a comedy law show, especially with She-Hulk breaking the fourth wall, speaking to the audience, the different banter between Bruce and She-Hulk as well. But I mean, overall, I got to see a couple more episodes. It wasn't bad. There's definitely some cheesy parts to it. I just want to see kind of where it's going to go. And I think that the second episode is kind of like definitely starting to get that plot going. But I think the first one was good. It set the scene, right? How she got her powers, how she got to kind of like understand things. I think it was a good recap too for Bruce as the Hulk and kind of what happened to him after everything after Endgame. So yeah, I thought it was not too bad.
Dope. Well, all right, Ray, go ahead and shift into episode 2. So this episode, I'd say it got a little bit more in the meat. It's still kind of setting up. I'd say, I don't know if this is just a tendency with Marvel shows. It seems the first 2 episodes are really slow with certain things, and I'm not. Oh, well, I'll come back to the fourth wall because I'm a little bit about that. But anyway, so basically, where episode 2 picks up is post Jennifer Walters' trial. So you feel like, oh, she's got it, she saved everyone. She actually ends up getting majorly humbled and loses the case because of like, oh, the jury would be biased in her favor because she saved their lives. Which I was like, yeah, obviously. But it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cool seeing her get humbled because she was nagging on Bruce and like, oh, like I'm a better Hulk than you. I've done that. I'm like, I don't need your help. And it's like, clearly you do. She went through a time period where she basically couldn't get a job. She ends up getting hired by the rival firm to represent the Abomination. So it was cool to get him kind of officially entered into this universe. But we only see like the Emil Blonsky, and he seems changed until like the end of the episode. And then you're like, oh, he's actually not. He's still being Abomination, which for those of you who saw Shang-Chi, there was a clip from there when Abomination was fighting Wong. So I feel like they're like a few months in between each other. Like Shang-Chi and She-Hulk are around the same time frame. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that I can totally agree with you. Again, it seems like the first couple of episodes, it's like you're trying to kind of get it. I think they're trying to set the tone and give you a good setting of like about to happen. Um, but I mean, I think it was good that we were now introduced to Abomination. I guess Emil Blonsky now reborn as very thoughtful. I think it's still a ploy personally, but I'm interested because in my mind, I guess I thought Jennifer Walters was going to be the lawyer in like a superhero division that's good. I don't know. And do you know what it's like HGK, the name of the law firm? Like the
I
guy seems like the head honcho dude seems like a little bit of a jerk almost.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think they even mentioned that in the first episode. Like, you don't go up against them. It's just like they're just
Mm,
like some bad lawyer firm, or just some not. They're a
yeah.
controversial lawyer firm. There's not like a no reference, I guess, to them.
Yeah, so I guess that's why I was a little bit curious. And again, maybe that's the whole point of the spin, but it's a little bit like, so she's representing a kind of bad firm, like I don't know,
Well, she's building. They're
and maybe
building
it would have
out the
been too
superhero
too goody two
division.
shoes. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're also. It's like the first time building out the division, so it's like maybe it doesn't start on like they can't build out the division with heroes. Like, what heroes are they gonna be able to capture that will show up in court? Like, I feel like they have to start kind of on that bad side, and then that's how they're gonna bring the heroes in because it's be like, oh, she's able to fight for these villains, but like we have issues and we're not in prison. We're doing all the saving, but we get no love. That's how I feel like it will tie in or should
That's
tie
a good
in.
point.
But
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good point. But what I also loved about this episode is they gave us a few Easter eggs. So if you guys remember when Jennifer Walters was looking for a job after she got fired for the whole spectacle at the case hearing, you got to see there was one thing that had said something about like man with claws, like metal claws, fought at a bar. So that clearly is a Wolverine Easter egg. So clearly they want to keep putting it in here that not Marvel, mutants are a thing. And I think they're going to hopefully lead with a Wolverine. But again, I don't know if this is like a Hugh Jackman Wolverine or somebody else. But, it's just a really dope Easter egg because that's honestly the whole Wolverine Hulk dynamic was kind of like they were introduced around the similar time, I think, in the storyline.
I don't know about that. I do know that their like first major comic was against each other. So maybe I'm not sure, but that is a very good call out. Overall, the episode, I'm still going to keep my rating. I still think it's pretty high, and I think we're going to maintain a high like going through it, but it's still setting things up. Like we don't have any. Oh, well, almost forgot like the craziest thing. The Hulk is gone. Like I feel like they're setting up a World War Hulk arc. Remember
I
how
agree.
she was
Yeah, I
calling
think it's going to
Bruce to
happen.
like which I'm happy for, like, cause bro, the Hulk got turned into like lame. He got turned really lame. I'm not gonna lie. After
He got so softened after he did the whole
any Infinity
Bruce,
War,
like the
yeah,
whole
like
like
the
Bruce whatever thing.
Infinity War to Endgame. That's he just got lame.
Yeah, and I think with the whole World War Hulk saga, there's like a love interest that dies. There's just so much more character building that we could see Hulk coming back. So like, who knows? Maybe the whole coming at peace thing, Namaste Hulk is gonna be done, and it's gonna go back to like hard hitting Ragnarok Hulk.
No, dude, I want him to be Maestro Hulk. I want him to turn bad because Maestro Hulk is like a
Hmm.
crazy good villain. Like maybe we get Thor to Beta Ray Bill. Like there's so many areas they could go with that arc. So super excited, and Mark Ruffalo's down to do it. So I'm hoping Marvel kind of takes that direction.
Yeah, and can we all like
But
just like take a second here to like we have to definitely have to give a touche and a highlight to the comment that that was in this episode about the old Hulk. They totally took a jab at Edward Norton in this when he was like, "Yeah, I'm a totally different person than from then,
oh
literally." And I was like, "Yo,
yeah,
this was a jab at Edward Norton for real." Like,
well, I mean they didn't end on great terms, so Marvel
yeah,
finds its ways to
no,
get
they did
back.
it exactly,
But
exactly.
overall, what do you think? Like
Oh, go ahead.
thoughts going into episode 3? What are you thinking? Like, do you think we're gonna get a real pickup in the action, or do you think we need one extra episode before Marvel starts like
I think
having the
it's gonna be one
dominoes
more.
fall?
I think, yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be one more episode. I think episode 4, which remind me, is there 8 episodes or is there only 6 episodes in this?
I want to say 8. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure there's
yeah,
8.
I think it's 4. They always seem to like ramp things up halfway through. Moon Knight, they did it. I mean, Moon Knight, they actually got into it a little bit earlier, but Loki was like things started really hitting halfway through the season. So I think they're going to end up doing a very similar thing with She-Hulk. So anyway, guys, now moving to the Daily Bugle news and rumors update. Najee, what do we have in DC land?
Bro, these people need some major help, man. Like major help. So somehow DC pushed back Shazam Fury of the God sequel to March 14th of 2023, and they pushed back
Mhm.
Aquaman 2 all the way till December 25th of next year, or 24th of next year, excuse me. And because they
Jeez.
came out and said we don't have enough money to release these films. We only have enough money to release 2 films, which is Black Adam, so that really needs to hit, or some other like random non superhero movie.
Dude, does
I think
DC
that's
need to
such
go
a.
like bankrupt? Like,
I feel
what
like
is
they
going
are
on?
like. I feel like they low key are, or that's why there's been so many
You don't
cost
have
cutting of
money?
these projects.
Launch Batgirl. You want money? Launch Batgirl. Like what the what?
This this is a terrible strategic move in my opinion, because Marvel's that 2023 is when all of Marvel's big films come out. So I'm like, this would have been the time for
Mm,
DC to go because there's shows like they have. I think Marvel has like 2 big films at the end of the year, but like, or really one big Wakanda Forever. But outside of that, this could have easily been their year to steal the show, but it's not gonna. It's DC. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Supposedly, Ezra Miller's back in the headlines. Supposedly, he didn't care about the headlines coming out about him assaulting people, putting kids under the influence. He just cared once DC was like, we might just cut this movie outright. And he's like, oh, what do I need to do to get this on track? Which is
Told you, man, he's the
majorly
real life
concerning.
Joker, dude. I'm like convinced he's the real life Joker, and like I just cannot wait for him to finish this movie and you know what, scrap the plate. Give us a new person, you know, give
Yeah.
us a Wally
Well,
West. I'm down.
I feel like they're not going to though. I really don't. I feel like they're the money, because that's what I feel like they've been doing all that PR about. Oh, this is the best screening since The Dark Knight. I'm like, no, it wasn't. This man's terrible. You're just trying to save face so you don't lose another $250 million.
Yeah, I think the only reason why this has got to potentially work is Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's Batman. It's the only reason why this has got to work, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they use him as like retired and not like trying to be Batman. He's a little on the
Yeah.
older
Well,
side for that.
we get him and we get Ben Affleck though, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. We will see. And director, well, I don't know. It's not director verse, but like Kevin Feige verse possible. There's another candidate that's arrived, which is a guy named Dan Lin, who made like the Lego movie and such. So I don't know like too much about him, but I know he had started on like a Justice League Mortal film that got canceled, and it was his dream project to bring like the Justice League and DC universe to life. So that gives me hope, because that makes me feel like, okay, at least he's a
So
fan.
what is
He's not
he,
like
G? Yeah, so what is he? I don't think he hits.
he would be
What is it that?
he's a director, like he would be like the Kevin Feige of DC. Like, you know how we
So you're saying
originally,
he's got to be a
like
candidate?
him and Greg
Yeah, so
Berlanti.
you're saying
Yeah, him and our candidates. Yes.
oof, got it. Yeah, I don't know if I Lego movies.
The Lego
I don't
movie
know.
was good, bro. Lego movie
Yeah,
was
but
good.
that's a very different approach to like a
Oh,
Justice League. Not saying that he's not good, like he couldn't do it, but like it's a
and
animation movies and bringing that together is very different. I know he's made a really good job of maybe connecting the Lego movies, but I don't know.
yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't use the Lego movie as like his template, that he would make all the DC movies off of. It's just more so that like he's had success kind of in other
Like in the movie field.
film
Yeah.
genres. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a little bit stronger than the other guy because, he just did the Arrowverse, which is TV shows, which again, TV shows is very different than
Right.
movies. So
Yeah, you get a
it's a
little
good
bit
point.
more leeway in building up stuff. But I don't know. This feels like good news. Maybe Titans isn't actually canceled because Ryan
Dude, I
Potter.
saw this. It's not. It's not. It's definitely not canceled.
Okay. See, you guys see I'm wearing my Superboy shirt. If you're on the YouTube channel, this is actually a really great show. So excited that this isn't canceled. But Ryan Potter
I need to
is
catch
directing
up.
one of the episodes. Yeah, bro, you have so
That's
many
dope.
shows to
That's
catch up on.
cool. Yeah, I do. Well, I caught up on Young Justice, which is good. But yeah, Titans is definitely coming back. The reason why I know this, I was watching Game of Thrones, and they were saying HBO, and they were talking about new season next year. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank goodness. I was like, don't cancel that one. So excited to see that come back for sure.
it was good. So super excited to see. Hopefully they'll like flesh out his character. I really, really hope they do, because I feel like he's been
Who,
underutilized
Beast Boy?
so much. Yeah, like he's had a tiger, a bat, I think maybe a snake, or like a bird. They have not used him to his potential. So I'm hoping, hopefully in season 4,
Yeah, it's not like the
they
Teen
explore
Titans
that
cartoon
more.
where he was changing to everything.
Yeah, like crazy. But doing a quick shift into the MCU. I know we got a lot of things on the docket. Noah, what do you got first?
So I would say the first thing is the Midnight Suns, which I'm interested to see how this comes about. But basically, it started filming in Egypt, and it's going to have Doctor Strange. We're going to have Blade, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Black Knight, Hellstrom. think I said that right, Hellstrom. And then also Elsa, Bloodstone, Werewolf by Night, and Hannibal King, which I'm just curious with Midnight Suns. Again, I always am fearful of team up movies without having a little bit of origin stories kind of building up. And I always just go back to the Marvel playbook with like Avengers. The reason why Avengers worked is that we were able to get movies for each of these characters to really build a good, solid story behind them. So I'm interested to see where Midnight Suns goes.
Yeah. Well, we are getting the Blade film, so I feel like Blade,
Yep, we are getting the Blade film. Yep.
Hannibal King. You said Bloodstorm, and where there's a Halloween special, so that's where Werewolf by Night's going to be introduced. Then Blade the movie, that's going to have
Ah,
Hannibal
okay.
King. And I don't know. You said blood something,
Black Knight, which I know
Bloodsucker.
Black Knight we were introduced to in Eternals.
Yeah,
Ghost Rider, which is going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Ghost Rider because that's definitely recasting. So interested to see who they do that. Who they're going to
you
get
don't
to
want to
play
bring
that.
Nicolas Cage back.
Absolutely not.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like some of them. The character. I hope some of these other characters are like really, really minor or like cameos. If I'm totally honest, like you know how in the end of Shang-Chi it had like a little
Mm,
cameo of Captain Marvel. I hope they do something like that more so than
yep.
trying to like build out a whole play or a whole character verse. Because like you said, that just doesn't
Yeah.
fit. I mean, I think that was good. I think we had another team up, the Thunderbolts, which that we have
Mm.
background on a lot of those characters. So that was supposed to be the Black Widow, which is Yelena Blahova's character. You got Baron Zemo, Taskmaster, Abomination, the U.S. Agent, Titania, and Winter Soldier. So all of those we know. So Titania is
I'm actually
supposed to
really
be
excited.
introduced. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that's what
saying.
you're really
I'm
pumped
super
for.
excited for. Yeah, I'm really excited for Thunderbolts. I think it's got to be a better version of Suicide Squad. Honestly.
Oh, it's the evil Avengers. Like they'll just do it better. I'm excited to see if Zima gets another dance because I don't know the actor's name, but he was hilarious to me. And then the dynamic between the U.S. agent and Winter Soldier because they're not really like friends. You
Mm,
know what I mean? So that would be very
yeah.
interesting. We got the Agatha cover of Chaos. Supposedly that's gonna have more than 6 episodes. Like I feel like it's going to be good. I thought she was a good character. I didn't think she deserved her own series, and maybe I'll get a bunch of
Yeah,
flack for
I
that.
agree.
But guys, let us
No,
know in
I
the
think you're
comments if
right.
you
I don't
think
think she deserves it.
Agatha she was a nice villain, like a good plot twist, but like a whole series? Like
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
exactly. Yeah, unless they like unleash something very, I don't know, kind of like Loki, right? Where you kind of are like, is Loki supposed to be a good character? But like the amount of, I want to say even the Easter eggs, but like they built more of the universe with it. So if they do that with her, sure. Like maybe if they end up introducing like a Mephisto character, something like that, I'm like, okay, maybe that starts to make this a little bit more interesting. But a whole show around her, not that excited for it.
Yeah.
And also in other news, as we kind of, I know we had mentioned the Easter egg of Wolverine earlier. I know there was a rumor about Glenn Powell potentially playing Cyclops, who I think would do a good job. Unfortunately, he declined that. He basically debunked that and was saying that that's not true. So, of course, actors could always lie. So we don't know. But I think he might be telling the truth,
Stop the
honestly.
cap. That's cap. That's cap. No, the guy from he's the actor from Top Gun Maverick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was the guy with the blonde hair. No, he would be a perfect Cyclops. He's capping. That's what it is. They all have to be all the
Yeah, we'll see,
secrecy. If
man.
they want to, I'm calling it right now. 2025, we're all going to see him. He's like, oh, here we go, surprise. And no one's going to be, well, some people might be surprised, but we won't. And of course, the listeners won't because are already in the know because of us. Supposedly, we finally got an update on Armor Wars that is still supposed to be coming out. But supposedly it's going to be introducing the West Coast Avengers, and we're going to get a lot of throwback. Rhodey's going to come back. We're going to get Kate Bishop back. I think Wonder Man's coming in. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they bring that all together. And like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm interested to see this whole West Coast Avengers. Wonder what that's gonna
And
look
who
like versus
funds
an
it?
East Coast Avengers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and who's
I don't
funding
know.
it? Like
Yeah.
Tony Stark's gone. Fam, let us know in the comments who you think's going to be funding the West Coast Avengers, as well as should Agatha get her own or not web series, but her own show, or should she just be cut and brought into other films? With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, fam. Pretty short episode today. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating. This ensures that we are making content that is curated for you guys and that we know that we're doing a good job, and so we can stay as consistent as possible with it.
Yep, and also if you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, as we will continue to put out more content. Let us know again in the comments below if you think that Agatha the Harkness deserves her show, and who do you think will be funding the West Coast Avengers? Anyway, guys, it's your boy Noah.
It's your boy G-Man, and we are the Superhero Brothas.